The contest for the crown can begin. Welcome to the STIHL TIMBERSPORTS Team World Championship. This year's epic showdown comes to you from the Porsche Arena in Stuttgart, Germany, playing host to the best teams of lumberjack competitors from around the globe.
In the STIHL TIMBERSPORTS series, I started just 4 or 5 years ago, and I see the level of competitors, the level of competing is that high at the moment. It's just phenomenal.
The possibilities are exciting.
I'm a very lucky guy. I'm proud to be here.
The sport is growing amazing, you know, and be one part of this sport is great.
Everything can happen. The level of competitors is close, so you never know for sure, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
The Porsche Arena in Stuttgart has been transformed into the ultimate showplace for the sport's best lumberjacks. The team contest looks like this. Each team has 4 members who have to complete a relay race. The first leg is the stock saw. As soon as the cookie falls, the next man takes over on the underhand chop. Once the blocks have been cut through from both sides, the next man can start on the single buck. As soon as that cookie falls, the final leg can begin, the standing block chop, where a block must be cut from both sides. We start with the time trials. Only the fastest 16 go through. First up, it's Germany and Poland.
As a team, we must try to break our own national record and maybe even the 1-minute barrier.
So let's see what happens in this first heat. Poland looking very good, and they're ahead at the stock saw, but Danny Meyer catches up for Germany, and here we go with Dirk Brown on the single buck, looking to do some damage, and it is looking very good for Germany. Dirk Brown really cutting through that first cookie there. Oh, and he's through. And now it's moving over to Robert Ebner on the standing block chop for the Germans, and the Poles over there as well. And we're moving on, and a good win for Germany. 59-10 is their time. Poland coming in with a 1:14.40, but we have a flag on the play, which means there was an infringement.
Team Germany, 15-second penalty. The transition between underhand and single buck was a false start.
So no new record for the German team with a 1:14.10 time. The big question is, will they have enough to qualify for the next round? In the next time trial battle, it's Canada against the USA on stage.
This year I think we got a really good team. We put the best in each event as we can. I'm cutting the underhand, Jason's cutting the standing block as usual, and Matty Slingerland, he's cutting stock saw, and Arden Coger Jr. is cutting single buck.
This is the strongest team that we've ever assembled, and we've got a lot of youth on our side now too. So as we keep going, each round our team is going to get stronger and stronger.
Good start by the Americans. They were quick on the saw. Canada slightly behind here, but it's looking like they're doing a good job to try and keep the pace and catch up, and they both drop that disc at the same time. Great cookie for Canada and the US, and now we go over to the underhand chop. Marcel Dupuis for Canada, and it looks like it is Matt Kogar for the USA. The USA with a slight lead here. Matt Kogar's a big, strong boy, and he cuts through quickly. Canada still working on the underhand chop, and now it's over to the single buck, the one-man long saw, and they've got to cut a good, clean cookie off of there. Arden Kogar, this is his discipline. He's very strong, but look at that. Sterling Hart from Canada doing a good job to try and keep the pace, but it's the Americans with the advantage as we go over to the standing block chop. Nathan Cumberland on the Canadian side, really working that block, moves to the other side, but Jason Linz, his opponent, is a big, strong character with power to burn. This is going to be close, but the Americans get through first by just a hair. And the U.S. gets it in a 54-74, a close battle. However, every cut has to be checked by the judges before the official results can be given.
Team Canada, good cuts. Team USA, 15 seconds penalty, incomplete disc stock saw.
So that penalty means Canada has taken the advantage.
And we'll find out which teams are going to qualify for the next round of the STIHL World Championship when the STIHL TIMBERSPORTS Series continues.
The STIHL TIMBERSPORTS Series is brought to you by Ram. Guts, glory, Ram. Duluth Trading, designed and tested by tradesmen. STIHL, the #1 selling brand of chainsaw worldwide.
Welcome back to the STIHL World Championship, where the race is on to qualify for the last 16 spots. Next up, it's a meeting of the Titans and the reigning world champions, Australia and Team New Zealand. Team New Zealand have a lot of memories connected with the Porsche Arena in Stuttgart. Maybe that's a good omen for them. The World Championship took place here once before, and the Kiwis showed they could keep their nerves. Team New Zealand, led by the TIMBERSPORTS legend Jason Wynyard, faced off against Team USA right here back in 2013, a day that the team fondly remembers.
Yeah, the tension's starting to build now, Troy.
My name is Jason Wynyard. I live in Auckland, New Zealand. I'm here with the New Zealand team to compete in the World Championship relay competition.
Hands on the wood.
At that time, they had the best hands on the wood.
Who's going at it? It's hit for hit. It's got to be New Zealand.
The 2013 World Champion is Team New Zealand.
Well, a fantastic win for New Zealand defense.
But they've also had some setbacks in the past.
In 2014 was a really difficult time for us. We expected to do really well and at least make the final and possibly win.
Hands on the wood. Get set.
Head-to-head, shoulder-to-shoulder, Jason Wynyard takes over on the standing block chop. New Zealand in full control, and he's through. Wait a minute, something looks wrong here. 4 fingers from each hand have to be over the line.
15-second penalty. New Zealand, hands not on the wood. Winner is Hungary.
A small mistake ends the contest for the defending champion Team New Zealand, and Hungary go through by a fingernail.
Small mistake shattered their dreams of success.
It's difficult when you are disqualified and you know that the team was capable to go to the final.
Can Jason Wynyard, 7-time world champion, lead his team to victory?
Hands on the wood. Get set.
And they're off. Both teams with a good start on the stock saw. This is a critical point here. They got to have a clean cut in between the lines while also being quick so they can pass off to the next person in their team. And it looks like Australia's got the slight advantage as they head over to Braden Meyer on the underhand chop. For the underhand chop on the New Zealand side, it is the reigning world champion in the single discipline, Mr. Jason Wynyard. And boy, they got through there quick. Both of those guys super strong. And now moving over to the single buck on the Australian side, there is nobody better at this discipline than Brad DeLosa. Distinct advantage for Australia now as they move to the standing block chop, but Adam Lowe on the New Zealand side is very strong in this discipline. He's got plenty of power behind him, and for a big man, he can move. He really swings that axe well, but look at that, the time is incredible. Australia through already, and Adam Lowe drops the block just a second afterwards. Interesting to note, both these teams have won this title 3 times already, and they're both extraordinarily strong.
All guts are good.
So the results after the time trial, these are the top 16 teams who will go through to the next round. The favorites have all made it through with time well under a minute. Meanwhile, USA and Germany managing to get through despite time penalties they incurred. But we have to say farewell to the Netherlands, to France, Denmark, Hungary, and Ireland.
Good Abend, good evening, Stuttgart.
For the best 16 teams, it's time to rock and roll.
I hereby declare the 2016 STIHL TIMBERSPORTS World Championships in Stuttgart open!
Now it's a sudden death knockout system, head-to-head the winner of each heat, going on to the quarterfinals. First up, Germany versus Spain. Germany clearly with the home field advantage, but it's head-to-head from now on, so only the winner will move along.
5,000 Leute, wenn du reinkommst und stehen.
When you walk in and see 5,000 people standing there, you get goosebumps. But you have to blend it out so you can concentrate on the block. Because if your head's not clear, it just doesn't work.
Wenn der Kopf dabei ist, dann funktioniert's nicht.
I hope that no one gets too nervous and makes a mistake that would cost us the contest.
Der Puls geht hoch,
Your pulse is racing, but that's what makes me a little quicker and swing the axe even harder.
Oder ein Zentimeter Tiefgang mehr an der Axt bringt.
Germany clearly with the home field advantage, but it's a head-to-head contest from now on. Only the winners move on.
Hands on the wood. Get set.
First heat in the round of 16, Germany up against Spain. Good start on the stocks off for both of these teams and a good transition to the underhand chop for Germany. They are in the lead. Danny Marr on the underhand chop right now. Moving to the other side of the block. Danny Marr working hard, but it looks like Spain is playing a game of catch-up here. Germany taking a long time to get through that block, and finally they do, and the transition over to the single buck is good. Dirk Brown working hard on that single buck. This is a strong discipline for Dirk as well. Oh no, look what happened here. The cookie broke off. Robert Ebner, the fourth man on the team, reacted with a cool head and waited until Dirk Brown reset the saw before he started to chop. Otherwise, it would have been a 15-second penalty for a false start that would have cost them the victory. Robert Ebner finishing it off for Team Germany.
And the winner is Team Germany.
Yeah, I had some problems on the second side. There was a really big knot in the block. Dirk had to wait a long time before he could start. Otherwise, we'd maybe have been 5 seconds faster. But then Dirk gave everything. But the cookie broke. And Robert reacted really well so that we didn't get disqualified. And we managed to win in the end.
That's Timber Sports for you, unpredictable and exciting. That was so close to being the end of the line for Team Germany. The German fans have something to celebrate as Team Germany goes on to the next round. Next up, it's Team Canada against Team France. We'll be right back with the action after this short break. Welcome back to the STIHL Timber Sports World Championships, where over 5,000 fans have packed the Porsche Arena in Stuttgart. For Team USA, the first step toward their goal of making the medal stand starts with this knockout match against Poland.
Hands on the wood. Get set.
All right, really good start in this battle. The U.S. versus Poland. There we see Matt Slingerland from the USA on stock saw. They are really fast through, though, quick and already on the transfer over to the underhand chop. No slouches here today. The U.S. is motivated to do some damage against this team from Poland. And look at that. They are really hammering away and through well in advantage here. The U.S. taking complete control of this battle. And Arden Kogar on the single buck is already halfway through his cookie. And the Poles, boy, they're really struggling today. They are not having the day they'd hoped to have. Meanwhile, Arden Kogar making quick work on the single buck, moving it over to big Jason Lentz on the standing block. And now look at this, he's already over to the other side. The Poles are still working on their single buck. This is a world-class effort from the American side. Jason Linz is almost through on that standing block. The poles are just moving over there now. One final blow from Linz, and that does it. An outstanding effort from the American side. So Team USA go through to the quarterfinals. Poland are out.
That was a good time. I think we could be improved on. I know we're going to drop the best of our abilities and do the best we can. And, I mean, hell, maybe a new national record.
We had a good, clean run, and I'm proud of these boys. We got 3 more good races left in us.
And the winner is Team USA.
Step 1 in the United States' quest for a medal is complete.
1, 2, 3, Canada!
Team Canada belongs among the favorites. They were invited by Team France to come over, in fact, a week earlier, to acclimatize and prepare.
It's a huge benefit for us being able to come over at least a week early, get some training in, get rid of the jet lag. We got to test a little bit of the wood, and it was just a great way to start our trip off here.
I think our goals as a team is just to do our very best in every race, whether it's the first race or the last race. If it's a round we get knocked out in or a round we potentially could win a medal, I think we just all want to do our best in every race.
And when they're not busy practicing their chopping and sawing skills, they really do know how to enjoy their free time. By checking out the local sites.
We visited Strasbourg, and what a fantastic city. We walked around downtown area. We saw the Notre Dame Cathedral, and I mean, everybody knows that France is the place to go when it comes to, architecture and history and visiting beautiful places. So the team was very excited to be there, and we're very, very thankful with France for, hosting us this time. Since 2013, Stuttgart was the beginning for us, and this World Championship has a lot of meaning. So Team Canada is coming back to Stuttgart to win.
First of all, Team Canada have to qualify for their next round. Their opponents, their newly made friends from Team France, and now they stand on opposite sides.
We've come over a week early, and we've been training with STIHL France. We'd love to take home a gold medal.
Hands on the wood. Get set.
Canada versus France, fighting for a place in the quarterfinal here. Good start on the stock saw for both of these teams. Canada looking very strong. Good even start, however, on the underhand chop for both Canada and France. A little hookup by the French team, and Canada moves to the other side on underhand chop with Marcel Dupuis, this being one of his stronger disciplines there. Marcel is through, and now we go over to Scott Reed on the single buck. This is his first World Championship, and he is looking very good on this discipline. Hooks up a little bit, the saw stalled, but the big man manages to keep it going and gets through, and now we go to standing block. Team France having some problems on the single buck, just can't keep that flow, however. And the final blows coming up as Team France transfers over to the standing block. Here we go, one last blow. Great job by Canada, and a new national record, 52-25.
I had a couple hits that they weren't bad, but they could have been better, so we'll just keep moving forward.
Very nervous and had a big mistake, a hang up, but for my first time on the world stage, I'm pretty jacked.
The whole team is satisfied. We're moving on forward to the next round, and I think that's the whole plan, so we're taking one race at a time.
So it's farewell to Team France.
We trained really hard on the team, and we did our best just to be here today.
Winner of the heat is Team Canada.
And with that victory, Canada advances into the quarterfinals. They're joined by the United States, Germany, Australia, Great Britain, and the Czech Republic, Sweden, and New Zealand. When we come back, the pressure intensifies and the mistakes can magnify as the best lumberjack teams from around the globe do battle when the STIHL Timber Sports Team World Championships continue.
The STIHL Timber Sports Series is brought to you by STIHL, built in America because we believe in America. Duluth Trading, designed and tested by tradesmen. John Deere, nothing runs like a deer.
Welcome to Stuttgart, Germany. This weekend, the Porsche Arena has been transformed into a mecca for timber sports fans. Why? Well, the best teams in the world trying to become the STIHL Timber Sports Team World Champions. The fastest 8 teams are now fighting for a place in the semifinals. We still have 4 teams from Europe and 4 from overseas in the race. From now on, it's a sudden death knockout contest. In the first heat, it's Great Britain against Team Czech Republic.
So if I chop like I can, and other guys do what he can, will be good for us.
If we can get up to the semis, that's an achievement in our eyes.
Hands on the wood. Get set.
It's all or nothing for these teams now, because being knocked out means you're out of the contest entirely, and otherwise you move on to the semifinals. Good start for both of these teams, but it looks like the Czech Republic is slightly ahead of Great Britain on the underhand chop. Martin Komarek, who was runner-up in 2014 on the underhand chop for the Czech Republic. A quick little step off, but he keeps going, and the flow is looking good for him. On the British side, they step off as well. Oh my goodness, it is almost dead even at the underhand chop, moving over to the single buck. A pretty hectic flow for the Czech Republic. Nice and smooth for Team GB, though. And they get through pretty even. Now we come over to the standing block. This is going to be the decider for one or the other team to move to the semifinals. Glenn Penlington for Great Britain. Jan Holub for the Czech Republic. Jan Holub almost through. One final blow here for him, and Penlington on the other side. Oh, Jan Holub is through before Penlington. Penlington has to keep pumping away, and Martin Komarek is stoked for Team Czech Republic. They will move on to the semifinal.
The winner of this heat is the team of the Czech Republic.
Once again, the nice clean cut by Jan Kamir on the stock saw. And we see Chadley and Komarek almost equal on the underhand.
Next up, Sweden against Canada. The Canadian team, a strong contender for the title. They think their key to success is their team spirit.
And a lot of us have been together on this team for 3 or 4 years now, so we're all awesome friends. And I think we've got one of the best team chemistries of anybody in the world.
Hands on the wood. Get set.
Canada versus Sweden. Canada the clear favorite in this one. Second best time in the last round. And they are quick through the stock saw. And Marcel Dupuis already on the underhand chop, using that big frame of his and moving over to the other side quickly. Sweden now finally moving over to the other side. Advantage for Canada at the moment, but Sweden coming on strong. And Marcel Dupuis is through, and now we have Sterling Hart on the single buck. This is a discipline which he really, really likes and excels at. And Sweden finally making their transition to single buck. Long strokes by Sterling Hart. He is through, and now we move over to the standing block chop. Nathan Cumberland taking over there. Sweden still working on their single buck and finally get through, but Nathan Cumberland making a quick time of it. 52.84 for Canada. They move to the semis. Long time coming for Sweden. They finally get through in 1:07.84.
I think it's a great time. We made it to the next race, so that's our game plan. Try to advance to every race possible. So it went great.
Strong performance for Canada. One step closer to a possible world title for them.
And the winner of this heat is Team Canada.
So Canada and the Czech Republic will go through. In the next 2 quarterfinals, it's Germany facing defending champs Australia. The United States has never beaten the island nation of New Zealand. They'll get their chance when the STIHL Timber Sports Team World Championships continue. Welcome back to the STIHL TIMBERSPORTS Team World Championship. The next heat, a battle of the giants between New Zealand and the USA. We caught up with Team USA to see what goes on behind the scenes.
Oh, the competition. I love to compete against other guys, and you know, even though we're competing, we're still having fun together and having a good time. But I like competing against people.
His teammate Arden Koger seems to be made of the same stuff.
The Koger family has very stenched in timber sports. Our family has been involved in the sport for 4 generations, and we still have about 15 members of the family that still compete in some facet of timber sports.
We have a pretty good, mix of character in our team. We got a couple of young guys that are, going out and partying a little bit. Our teams, we work really hard together. We all have our strengths that we bring to the table. So we're here at a new restaurant. Never been before. It's a wine cellar. So yeah, can't wait to try a little bit of the food, traditional German food, and maybe a little bit of good wine to go with it.
After getting their strength up, the Americans are ready to do battle with their opponent, 3-time World Championship team, New Zealand.
Every year we try to come out and just put the best foot forward we can, and we try to go for the gold.
Quite a pleasant surprise to see the 2 young members of our team come through with really good performances in training, so we're really excited at the possibilities of what we can achieve as a team.
Here we have 2 very strong teams, both of them contenders for the title. The United States against New Zealand, both of them starting strong on the stock saw. Both of them pretty clean, a slight advantage, ever so slight advantage for New Zealand on the underhand chop, but the States is very strong here in this discipline. New Zealand did step off there, and the States look like they're catching up. They're through first and now have the advantage going to the single buck. Jason Wynyard waiting with his back to competition, though. Will this be a deciding factor? Jason Wynyard and Arden Koger, the veterans on single buck, and both of them incredibly strong. Arden Koger through, and he is pumped because he knows they have a chance to eliminate an incredibly strong Kiwi team as they move over to the standing block. Jason Lenz absolutely demolishing that block. It looks like they're going to have a great time as well. The U.S. versus New Zealand, and there's the final blow by Jason Lenz. Fantastic time, 52:03, and that is a national record. Look how happy the U.S. is.
This is my 7th year competing as a member of Team USA. It's the first time we've ever beat New Zealand. I am so proud of these boys.
Yeah! Matt put in a great underhand. The stock sawyer, Matty was great. Jamie did what he had to do, and I finished it off, man.
It's hard for me because I couldn't see the underhand come off, and I kind of relied on a start, and I didn't get a proper start, and then really messed my rhythm up for the whole cut.
Yeah, pretty disappointing. On a scale of 1 to 10, about 300. That's pretty overwhelming out there, and yeah, it's end of the day, we're human, so.
All right. And the winner of this heat is Team USA.
So Team USA continue their hunt for a medal in the semifinals. One of the heavy favorites, New Zealand, is knocked out. In the last quarterfinal, Germany versus Australia. But before the match, Danny Meyer, Sterling Hart, and Mitch Argent had a little contest to see who could make the best spatzel, kind of noodle and a local specialty. Time to roll up your sleeves, boys, for the spatzel challenge. And the winner is Canada. Now it's back to the serious stuff as Germany and Australia walk on stage and prepare.
First of all, we have to make sure that the team works well together. Every member needs to perform his best. Then we should make it through to the quarterfinals for sure, and maybe even further.
I think, if we can go in and just do everything right and make no mistakes, we'll certainly be somewhere close to the top of the, top of the podium.
Hands on the wood. Get set.
Germany, Australia, and they're off. Stock saws looking good for both of these teams. Stefan Odvarka for Germany, and now they move over to the underhand chop. Unbelievable. Look at how quick Australia is on that underhand chop. That is amazing how fast those blows are coming, and they take a distinct lead here, moving over to the single buck. Dirk Brown finally getting his start on single buck, but they're so far behind. Big disadvantage for Germany at that point in the competition, and now moving over to the standing block. Australia with a super solid lead. Germany still on single buck, and Australia is going to get through with a great time. Let's see how this ends for the Australians. 51.04, great time. Germany is getting there, but it's going to be out of competition for them. A great effort, but not quite enough today. A time of 1:01.70. What a performance by Australia. They secure the last free spot in the semi-finals.
They've got the hometown advantage, so it's good to beat them there. And we're just getting fired up now for this final, so look out.
And the winner of this heat is Team Australia.
Team Germany has to admit defeat and are somewhat disappointed that they didn't break the 1-minute mark.
Now on to the semifinals. It's Australia versus the Czech Republic, and Canada meets the United States. The defending champions enter the stage once more, Australia, meeting up with the Czech Republic.
Yeah, we'll certainly be going out there to defend our title. We've got a great team, really good bunch of blokes. Some of the younger guys this year are a little bit more experienced.
Team event, we have nothing much special, but what I must say for sure, it's this year we are the strongest ever.
Hands on the wood. Get set.
Australia against the Czech Republic, semi number 1. Jamie Head for Australia on the stock saw, looks super solid getting through, and it's a good even start for Braden Meyer and Martin Cormorek on the underhand chop. Braden Meyer, however, is one of the quickest axemen out there. He is so fast with that axe, and he gets through that block so quickly. Wow! Amazing time for Australia. Martin Cormorek's axe got caught in the block. That cost time. They're about 6 seconds behind now. And Brad DeLosa for Australia working through that single buck very cleanly. Meanwhile, the Czech Republic frantically trying to catch up. And the Australian team has already moved over to standing block. Now they're both on standing block, but Australia already on the other side of their standing block. A quick catch and a final blow, and Australia is through with a new world record of 46.91. Wow, the records are falling fast and furious here in Stuttgart.
It was a really big one in the last round. That was great to get the win there and set a new world record, but we'd really like to go out and take a little bit of time off that last run.
Yeah, it feels awesome, but the job's not done yet. It's nice to get the record, but we've got to get the win. That's the most important thing for Australia.
You cannot lose against Australia because they are pretty strong guys, and in Australia so many good choppers, so they will bring every year the best guys in the world.
All right, and the winner of this heat is Team Australia.
Australia have their target in sight, but who will meet them in the big final? The second semifinal is a classic contest between the U.S. and Canada, and we'll see the outcome right after this break. Welcome back to the STIHL TIMBERSPORTS Team World Championship. Australia already through to the finals, but who will stand up against them? Canada or the United States? It's always a special contest when these two teams meet each other. Let's take a quick look into the past.
Stuttgart and the STIHL TIMBERSPORTS World Championship of 2013.
All right, next up, 2013, also in the Porsche Arena in Stuttgart, when the two rivals met.
This is a good, even start by both teams.
Wow, look at that. It's a dead square heat right now. Looking at Arden Kogar, hammer away at that log and the underhand chop. But the Canadian side, no slouch. Just a little bit of an advantage to the USA at the moment.
Team USA.
The USA won it that time.
Welcome to Poznan, Poland. The venue
2 years later, the World Championships in Poland, it was in the consolation round.
Get set.
Wow, they're quick through that stock saw. They're going to be Canada through there, but it's close. The States is through first. Canada's still working to try and get through there. Both teams working at the single buck. The U.S. looking very strong here. Wow, a great time for the United States.
And the USA won it that time as well.
The winner is Team USA.
Can they make it a hat trick, or will the Canadians stop their charge?
It's the Battle of North America. Let's see what happens.
Every year we try to come out and just put the best foot forward we can, you know, we try to go for the gold.
In respects to Team Canada and the team competition, we'd love to take home a gold medal.
Hands on the wood. Get set.
It's another North American battle, the Canadians versus the USA. Evenly matched, both these teams. Canada with a slight advantage moving over to the single buck. And look at that, Sterling Hart is through quick on the single buck, and we move over to Nathan Cumberland on standing block for the Canadians. Jason Lenz for the USA, however, is a big man with a fantastic record on the standing block. But look at this, Nathan Cumberland gets through before Lenz. That is a fantastic time for the Canadians. This battle created two new national records.
New Canadian record, we're thrilled. That was a great cut from us, but we're gonna need more than that if we want to take down Australia.
I think they came out a little bit ahead in the stock saw and just kept the lead all the way through till the end.
Winner of this heat is Team Canada.
The USA also managed to set a new national record. There's never been as many records broken at a World Championship before. Records falling will not be the only thing on the minds of the remaining teams. The United States hopes to fulfill their goal and make the medal stand as they take on the Czech Republic in the bronze medal match. And Team Canada looks to knock off the defending champs Australia when the STIHL TIMBERSPORTS Series continues.
The STIHL TIMBERSPORTS Series is brought to you by Ram. Guts, glory, Ram. Dinty Moore. Lumberjacks eat more. Dinty Moore. STIHL, brought to you by the 36-volt STIHL Lightning battery system. What can you do on a single charge?
The STIHL TIMBERSPORTS Series from the Porsche Arena in Stuttgart. We started with 16 teams. We are now down to the final 4. Ready for a bronze medal match featuring the United States versus the Czech Republic. Can the Czechs pull off the surprise? Will the Americans regain their composure?
I think with our team put together, we should be on the podium for sure.
Many people think we are closer to overseas guys. It's hard to say, you know, the times is getting better, will be closer, but still you need a bit luck because the guys are very high level.
Hands on the wood. Get set.
And the battle for third place. The consolation final begins between the USA and the Czech Republic. Both of them strong. We saw a fantastic performance from the US with a new national record. The Czech Republic now moving on to the underhand chop with Martin Komarek, doing a great job moving to the other side of the log, slightly ahead of the USA. Let's see if they can hold on to that. Wow, it's almost dead even, heading over to the single buck. There's Arden Kogar with his big, long, smooth strokes. Meanwhile, the Czech Republic, they've got that frantic stroke. Oh my goodness! No, look what happened here. The cookie broke off. With that cookie breaking off, Team Czech Republic has to reset, and that is going to kill their time. That could be the contest for them. Meanwhile, big Jason Lenz on the standing block is making short work of that thing, getting lots of support from the back end. A thread holds that thing on as he gets one final blow, and that does it for the US 53-77. They're going to take third place overall.
Yeah, it was good. This is my first time, so I enjoyed it, but like they all said, the gold's what we were shooting for, so we're going to have to come back harder next year.
Bronze medal, we'll take it. We wanted that gold. That got it. 2017, here we come.
US guys was this time with us on same level, so maybe we could win, but we did one mistake. You must put everything in, and then you are lucky or not.
And winner of the bronze medals is Team USA!
Now we have reached the climax of this contest, Australia versus Canada. Which one will become the STIHL TIMBERSPORTS team world champion?
It's nice to get the record, but we got to get the win. That's the most important thing for Australia.
We're just, God's really blessing us for pulling together well, and whatever the result is of the next race, we'll be happy with it.
Hands on the wood. Get set.
This is the big one, Canada versus Australia. They've battled each other once before in 2014. Will Canada do it this time? Great job on the underhand chop right now by both of these teams. Big Braden Meyer for Australia is so incredibly quick, but Marcel Dupuis is no slouch. Braden Meyer already through. Advantage goes to Brad DeLosa and Team Australia, but Sterling Hart is not going to give up. Great long strokes by both of these veterans. And look at that, Brad DeLosa is through, giving a distinct advantage to the Australians. It's coming down to these last few blows. Nathan Cumberland there in the background working hard, and he is over to the other side. Meanwhile, Mitch Argent gets one final blow, and that's it for Australia. And it's a new world record, 46-45. Holy smokes, folks. Wow, Canada again with a great time, 50-03, but the Australians are the new world champions in the team competition.
And the winner of the World Championship 2016 in Stuttgart. The world champion this year is the Team Australia!
So Team Australia can add another notch to their belt as they take the title of the STIHL TIMBERSPORTS Team World Champion for the third time in a row.
Yeah, it's an unbelievable feeling to win that with all your mates and to break the world record. It's it's a good feeling.
Didn't realise it was a world record. All we wanted then was the win, and all the boys did their job perfectly, and just so happy for everyone.
Canada taking the silver.
Feels amazing. We wanted to be on the podium, and we made the podium, and we got silver. It's an amazing feeling.
And the bronze to Team USA.
To come out the bronze, you know, that's great. And I know we're going to put our homework in and come back next year, and yeah, hopefully come back even stronger.
We've come to the end of this epic intercontinental battle from the Porsche Arena in Stuttgart, Germany. Congratulations to Team Australia, STIHL TIMBERSPORTS Team Relay World Champions.